Okay, just want to make a quick video for you about the roof. It's a lot easier to show you than tell you, so it's easier for me to kind of take a video of me walking the roof. I'll put my hat on here. So, just want to point out a couple major issues here. Number one, so like we talked about, we've got this patch here. You can see there's issue here, this chimney, right? Starting to rot out. This piece came off. So this chimney cricket here, you know what they did here, they didn't put any hip and ridge shingles on this. Like here, that's hip and ridge shingles. That's a ridge vent too, but on top of it are hip and ridge shingles to actually properly seal this off. What they did instead was just caulk this here, caulk this there to the shingle. It's not even caulked really anymore. There's a gap there. And then they just face nailed it and put some caulk over it, but not the real right way to do this. You got water coming down here. Water can get underneath right up in here. Because water's coming down here, it can wrap around, come back around there. So what I would want to do is take this off, cut these off, cut this off, fix these, replace these, so that we could properly step flash this, properly shingle this. Like I said, they must have had an issue here before, which is why they took this out. But we've got, you know, wood coming off here. Water can get right back there. We've got a big patch. Now, big issue here with walking the roof. Now you have a ton of granule loss. You can see some shininess here. Literally the granules and matting have deteriorated so much that the matting underneath it is exposed and water can get right into all of those shingles. So we got a ton of granule loss here. The roof is so soft walking it. My ladder was up over here and I moved it over to here because it is so soft walking on it. I'm just nervous about, like right here, it's very soft. But we can see some decking issues with wood, where the wood is bowing. Back here as well. Again, very soft. I'm trying to be very careful. But you kind of see the decking here. You've got some hips, you know. So these houses, I've done some houses over here. The rafter spacing is 2 feet on center. So you have a rafter joist going down, down. It's 2 feet on center. When you have 2 feet on center rafters, you need a thicker plywood for load bearing, or else this happens, where the plywood, or the OSB that's underneath there, is starting to bow. And that's from the load bearing, from snow sitting on top, the shingles, you know. So the way to do that is either you have the 7/16 OSB, but it has to have, they called H clips, and when two boards come to one another, you have a clip in between. It clips this one and clips this one so that it reinforces it to make it sturdy. The other way is using a thicker plywood or an OSB. It needs to be at least 5/8 plywood for 2 feet on center rafters for code. So I've done roofs in this area, and what we found before is that the plywood thickness was only 3/8. It was under code. And that's why you see a lot of that, a lot of areas, and it's very soft. Overall condition of shingles, you know, they're extremely worn down, very brittle. I'm just showing here, just picking any shingle. That one was unsealed because of the age of the roof. Unsealed, unsealed. So the problem with this is that rain, water can get right up underneath to these nails. Now, water tends to run through here, but also this is an issue for potential wind damage. Now, I don't see any blown off shingles or anything. Now in the front, like I talked about with that patch, To me, it's like there could have been a leak there before, and that's why they did it, or they actually had shingles blow off. But it's probably more so that they were having a leak. They tried to re-shingle around it because it's leaking, and that's what they did there. The roof, again, very, very soft. I don't see any damage like from a storm. So I don't see any wind damage. I'm not seeing, you know, what we would look for is blown off shingles, of course, but also shingles that are unsealed. Now this is damaged, but it looks like maybe something hit that, or it could have just literally, because if it's age, it's so worn down that it's worn a hole in it. And you can see here how shiny it is. There's no granules here at all, and it's worn down to the stitching here. And but I don't see any. There's no hail damage. But I wanted to give a quick overview. It's a lot easier to show you than tell you. I mean, looking at the roof, in my opinion, it is at the end of its life. It should definitely be replaced. I would need to know more and go in the attic for sure to speak with any 100% confidence about the decking issue that is going on. They may just be individual areas, but when I walk a roof that's this soft with those bows in the sheathing, a lot of times it's under code. But I would need to go in the attic and double check that. But yeah, I don't see, there's no damage to the roof, like missing shingles or hail damage or anything, but nothing for insurance. But it's definitely at the end of its life. I would definitely recommend replacing this sooner than later. So, all right, I'm gonna end the video here so I can send it to you, and then we'll go from there. All right, thanks, Bill.